Hello everyone, my name is Kamika Chaudhary. I'm working as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science in MB Government PG College, Haldwani, Nainital, which is in Uttarakhand. Today, we are going to learn about the introduction part of the operating system. What is an operating system? What is the significance of the operating system? As a student of the computer science, you all are going to find the operating system as one of the core subject of the branch computer science. The books which I would like to recommend from my side is first is the Galvin and the second book is the Tenenbaum. So let us move ahead with the introduction part of the operating system. First of all, let us read the two definitions or the 2 points which I have written over here. The first point states that an operating system is a program that manages the computer hardware. And then it also provides a basis for application programs and acts as an intermediary between the computer user and the computer hardware. So let us first of all see that what these different images depicts. We all have seen some of the images among all the images that are present over here. The first one is Windows. Whether we know about the operating system or not, we all must have seen this particular icon which is there in front of us. This is about the Windows. So what this Windows is an operating system which most of us used in our desktop and in our laptops. Then we have the second image and the third image which says the first one is about the Linux and the second one is about the Ubuntu. So what the Linux and Ubuntu, they are also the operating system and they are the open source operating system again used in our desktop and the laptops. Then we have the Mac OS X. The Mac OS X is the operating system that is being used by the MacBook and this is from the company Apple. Then in the phones from the Apple company, the iOS operating system is being used. Then we have the Android, which is one of the most famous operating system which is being used in our mobile phones. So before going to the definition part of the operating system, let us first of all see the basic component of a computer system. So this diagram shows us the basic component of the computer system. At the lowermost level, we have the computer hardwares. Then at the second level, we have the operating system. Then at the next level, we have the system software or the application software, or we can use the application programs. And then at the highermost level, we have the different types of the computer user. We have got user 1, user 2, user 3, and so on. So we will talk about the computer hardware which is present at the lowermost level. So what does the computer hardware consist of? The computer hardware is made up of the resources like the CPU is there, it has got the memory, it has got the various IO devices. The CPU is what? The CPU is your processing unit of the computer system, which is also the brain of your computer. Then we have the memory. We have got the primary memory, which is the RAM. We have got the secondary memory, which is your ROM. Then we have got the IO devices. IO devices is also called as your input-output devices. IO devices are basically used for giving the input to your computer system and getting the output out of your computer system. Right. So in the case of the input devices, we can have the microphones, we can have the keyboard, we can have your scanners are there and so on. Whereas in the case of the output devices, we can have the monitor screen and we can have what? We can have various another output devices present for all of us. Then all these things, we say that whether we are talking about the CPU, whether we are talking about the memory, whether we are talking about the IO devices, we commonly call them as the resources for any computer system. And they are being present at the lowermost level or the lowermost layer, which is the computer hardware. Now, the second layer is our operating system. right now, let us not forget about the operating system. We are going to go to our system or the application programs. What the system or the application programs consist of? We have the different types of the system programs, and we have the different types of the application programs. System programs are those programs, or the system softwares are all programs which directly communicate to your computer hardware. They have the authority to give the command to your computer hardware. And the application programs are there. Application programs are basically used for the specific purpose. They provide the different types of applications, right? For example, we have got the word processor, we have got the spreadsheets, we have got the compilers, we have got the text editors, we have got the web browser. What consists of the word processor? Word processors are basically used for creating any kind of the document file, right? We wanted to create some kind of the document file. We all must have seen the word processor in our Microsoft Word also, right? Then we have the spreadsheets. Spreadsheets basically provide us the data in the tabular form. Then we have the compilers. Compilers are basically used for writing any computer codes. Then we have the text editor. We wanted to modify our text, then in that case we can make use of our text editor. Then we have the web browsers. Web browsers are basically used for accessing the World Wide Web. Right now also we are seeing this thing by accessing the web only, right? Now at the topmost level we have got the different user. We have got the user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4, and there can be any number of the users, right? Now for example, right now we have got the user 1. User 1 wanted to create a document file by making the use of the application program, which is what? Word processor. So we have assumed that there is no layer of the operating system, or we say that there is the absence of the operating system right now. So how the user is going to create a document file? What the user has to do if he wanted to create a document file in the absence of the operating system? So first of all, the user is going to write the document file, and he has to go to the computer hardware, and he has to ask the computer hardware that please upload the word processor into the main memory of the hardware so that I can access the word processor application program. So for doing that, what the user has to do? User has to write a particular code for what I will say, for uploading the word processor into your computer hardware. Now the computer is going to do that because the user has written the code for doing that. Now after that, when the computer is going to initiate the word processor software, now the user is going to write and create a document file. Now what the user needs? User needs that whatever he is writing, that should be seen onto the monitor of the screen. For that, again he has to write a computer code and again has to transfer that code to the computer hardware. Then what the user wants to do now, after creating the document file, after seeing the file onto the monitor screen, the user wants to save that file onto the hard disk. Now again the user has to write a particular computer code and inform and request the computer hardware that I have written this code for saving my content into the hard disk of the file. So whatever the user has to do with the computer system in the absence of the operating system, what he has to do, he has to explicitly write the computer codes for each and everything, right? So in spite of writing the code for each and everything, what we can do? We can make use of this intermediary. What this intermediary is? This intermediary is your what? This intermediary is your operating system. So now in the presence of the operating system, we do not have to write about the specific codes. Now what we just do, we just make use of the Windows operating system. We are just going to click on the icon Microsoft Word, and whatever functionality we wanted to make use of out of that Microsoft Word, we can use it. So now we can read about the definition of this operating system. The operating system is a program that manages the computer hardware. right? So we wanted to access, or we wanted to make use of this computer hardware. All these functionalities would be facilitated by the operating system. It acts as an interface between the user and the computer hardware. Whatever the functionality the user wanted to make use of from the computer hardware, the operating system is going to provide a platform for using that functionality. So it also provides a basis for the application programs and acts as an intermediary between the computer user and the computer hardware. So what we understand by the operating system, it facilitates the use of the computer system for all of us. It makes the usage of the computer system very, very convenient for the computer user. So that is the main aim, or that is the main objective of the operating system. And in another term, we can say that it is the core of any computer system. It allows the most convenient, and it allows to use the computer system as very, very easy for all the computer user. So for now, this is in a very brief introduction of the computer system. Thank you very much.